Good morning all. Yes, sir. Hope everyone is well. Hope everyone is good. Let me make sure all systems are a go. Fix this one. There we go. Yes, sir. All right. Happy today is Tuesday. Let's get it. Let's get it. See what's going on with the news here today. So Tuesday, big day is going to be Wednesday. That's kind of the important day. Today's pretty chill. A little bit of consumer confidence. Nothing too crazy here. But the most important is going to be tomorrow. We're going to speak about this later in the stream. Let's put this here. FOMC prep. So we know there's people here at 90 likes. We're going to do FOMC prep. Just so we can get people in here and then they know already. So yeah, pretty chill for London session here. No news we really need to worry about. If we're going to have a look at the analysis here. So this was a gap. This candle here was a gap yesterday. And if we start off from daily time frame here, we can see yesterday's daily closed bullish, but that's a false bullish. The reason it's false bullish because we opened up on a gap. So it kind of helped it a lot, right? It helped it a lot. And now today we're moving bearish. Obviously, with this bearish price action, we've led a lot of 4-hour candles bearish here back to back. We changed structure up here. And then now we've started the downside move throughout the rest of yesterday and into today as well. We finished filling this gap and we're actually trading below it, working towards a sort of demand zone here where we've already got a rejection just before it now, and 1 hour is trying some upside. So we are technically mixed session bias, but I'm a little bit more bearish than I am bullish at the moment here. So we do see a very nice liquidity grab. This is kind of indicating that we have definitely found some sort of low for now, and we need to see what gold wants to do inside of this range here. So we'll mark this as a 15. And we want to see what gold's going to do inside this range. If we start to leave this range here, there is a question for potential buys to retrace some of this move, but I don't think it's a massive reversal. I think ultimately we find some downside eventually after this move back up. So it would kind of be like a bounce play, as I call it, just trying to play a little bit of the upside before potential more downside. If we go and have a look here at NASDAQ as well here, we're going to see a very similar story of the bearish price action. Yesterday, NYSE session was mainly full bearish here, right? And then we just tried to retrace this in the late hours here, and then around power hour here, we just started to continue the bounce here before finding a high before daily open here. So if we look at the daily candle, it would have closed bearish, right? And this is some very, very strong bearish candle close. We're revisiting the first structure. Now, when we do the FOMC prep, I'm going to talk about why this bearish move is happening and what do I expect from this. But we have reached our first structural point after filling this clean daily zone here. If we go to 4 hour, you'll be able to see that structure point here. We do have the lows of the structure point just below the daily here, which we have technically not tapped just yet. So with this 4 hour bearish price action, that could definitely be a target here, and we could find our way towards the downside. 1 hour time frame has closed below here. 30-minute candle just closed right now and it ended up closing bullish. So we see gold, we see NASDAQ as well creating a support here pre-session. And this is the support it's going to create. So we can mark this as 30. Hopefully it's the same on 15. 15 is a bit lower, so we'll need to mark another line. Gets a little bit messy, but it's okay. We only have around 4 or 5 lines. So let's put this as 15 there. So we know, okay, if we have something closing below the 30, we can work our way towards the 15. On the 5-minute, we can see rejections from that 30 as well, even here. So we know if we get below here, we could possibly try to trade towards the 15. If the whole market, if the whole market wants to give us a bounce from this level here, we'll probably come back and revisit this daily support or into these levels here at 27,823 on CFDs. Before further downside. Unlike gold, it's a little bit more difficult to take a bounce play here, as I'm mainly more bearish on NASDAQ here. So it's going to be a little bit difficult for us to just press buys. because I'd be looking as a retracement as an opportunity. So I don't want to just press buy and hope it goes up. I rather just let it, if it does go up, let it retrace and then catch the sells like up here, any retracement that's led into sells, something like that. If we come and just check DAX while we're at it here, bit of a more consolidation phase here on the 15, but daily time frame had closed bullish here, very strong bullish candle close, actually above our January highs here. So that's very important. This is the beginning of the year's highs. We then did try to revisit it in May, and then we failed, and then we breached it this month as well. We breached it, but we got immediately rejected when we breached it, right? So we tried to get back above, and price said, look, I'm not having it. I don't like to be at this zone. And bam, it came back in the range, and we spent a couple of days. But right now we're retrying again to go towards the upside. 4-hour time frame is consolidating at this previous 4-hour level, which we can move up to here. And we're just stuck at the moment here. So technically it is bullish bias, but if we do start to leave these 4-hour levels, then it will start to switch, and you can look for some more sells to come into play. Will sells happen this session? Let's investigate here. So 1-hour time frame a little bit lower here, somewhere around here. 30-minute time frame the same. 15-minute time frame a little bit lower, so put that as the 15. So yeah, until you leave this level, and you need structure below this level before looking for sells. Otherwise, we can use the bottom of the range here to play another bounce play buy, but looks a little bit rangy to me, not the cleanest price action. I rather prefer nasdaq and gold at the moment. They have a little bit more juice in them, and it's looking a lot cleaner than DAX at the moment. So let's see how gold forms here. Gold is trying to break structure towards the upside to potentially give a bounce. We have about 11 minutes for this candle close. If we check the 5-minute time frame, we have a little bit of structure formed here. We have a little bit higher structure here. So we kind of want to see everything leave that zone, and then we can look to bounce first off only up to 51s here. That's only going to be our target, back up to 51s. And then ultimately we continue the sells. Now, if we get a weak little close, no structure, I would expect this to possibly do a fake out, and I'll be trading that fake out. So if I don't see what I want to see, and I see price close back in the range like this, after closing back above, then this most likely will be a fake out, and I'll get something like this, and I'll be able to take sells on the way back down. So I'll be actually looking for that. So let's see what ends up happening with this. Take it from there. There was a setup this morning on NQ. Check London Discord channel. Yeah, of course. Let's have a look. Let's see the setup. It's the one. Yeah, that one. Yeah, I saw this one. I saw this one. So did you take it today, like we said yesterday, to start taking those? You did. Nice. Well done. There you go. That's a good win then. I'm glad you did. Followed through with the plan. It's good to see. So that's the analysis for today. We'll see what ends up happening, and then a little bit later on the stream, we'll do some what's this called? FOMC prep. It's gonna be important. Not full risk though. Little scared. You need to be confident, man. Something you've waited weeks, you've tested. No reason not to. Because now if you take a loss, you give that back. It's not worth it. It's like you have to imagine yourself as a professional in this game, and a professional is someone who gets paid. It is an insult to yourself if you have the ability to risk. Let's say you just can't afford to risk more, that's a different story, but it's an insult to yourself if you have the ability to risk more and you tell yourself, hey, I'm gonna risk less because I'm scared. That's like you saying you get paid $1,000, $2,000 for a job, and you say, I'll do it for $300. You know? Doesn't make too much sense. I feel like today the lighting is a bit low. Let me see if we can brighten this up. Get some lighting. See if it makes a difference. How's this? Let's see if that helps. Seems a bit better. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, that looks way better. So we actually had a 5-minute try to close above, but it did close above this, but it failed to close above this one here. So we're going to see in about 7 minutes. 7 minutes is going to be important. You're looking for buys, bro? Potentially, potentially. Could the daily support not be an issue for setup forward? No, it won't. Hello from Switzerland. Welcome, welcome. How much do you make? Depends in what context. Stops below 15 gives you previous 5 stops as resistance rejection. Yeah, you'll have to do 15. It's a 15-minute trade. No, with the wick, by then it will be fine. Go below these levels, this level here, double.
Morning, Harry.
Morning, bro. Someone here is watching from New Zealand, bro, and you spoke as just as I was about to read it, bro. He's from Aotearoa. Bro, how do you say that, bro?
Aotearoa.
Yeah, that one.
Auckland.
Yeah. From your ends, bro. From your ends.
From my ends, innit? I'm chilling in the suburbs, bro. I'm good. Nah, I just wanted to ask, Harry, can you define when, with these prop firms, right? It says a safety net of a certain amount. Can you define that? Does that mean buffer?
Safety yeah, it means buffer. Yeah.
Okay.
The same thing. Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly correct.
Okay.
Same thing. Exactly the same thing. What do you use to trade? I use MetaTrader on Vantage markets, and then I also use futures for prop firm accounts. You should turbo up the Patrol again. The Patrol has a turbocharger. The turbocharger is damaged, so I'm thinking of making the car naturally aspirated so I can make it like a desert beast. Because the turbos get too hot in the desert. They're fun for a couple of pulls, and then it's overheated. It's not happy anymore. And they're super expensive job. Like I've spent just on the engine alone $25,000. All right, so look, we're getting a push up here randomly. This is a little bit difficult now for us to just rip the highs here. I wonder if this type of price action here can lead into fake outs, and those fake outs are the ones we can sell. So a lot of people are going to be taking buys now out of FOMO, a lot of market participants. And if it's going to happen, this would be the price action I like to see. What's happening now to actually give me a fake out trade. So we would probably see potentially this close very weak, and then we come down and close below. And if we do that, then I'm pretty interested to sell actually rather than buy. Can you link those websites? Yeah, it's in the description, man. If you go to the description, you can find the link to that, bro. Let's see here. This is the link for the broker. I can post it for you, but just check the description, man. It's not rocket science. There you go. Why futures over CFD props? I wanted to try the futures market. I want to see its price action, which is nice. And my ROI is a lot higher on futures because of the cost of their challenges. 50k challenge is $95. So if you're a good trader, then you can make more money because, you know, it supports that. Both, I can make money on both. It's not a problem. But to be honest, my personal account already takes the needs of CFDs. So if I'm going to trade CFDs, I'm just going to trade my personal account. I make way more money on my personal account than I do on prop firms. That's because of a choice. That's a choice I made. Because you see, on prop firms, I only get 50%. So if I trade on something like like I told you, that 95, if I make $4,000, I can only take out 2,000. If I make $4,000 on my personal, that's my 4,000. So I always prefer personal. But if you need access to funding, and if you need to be a good trader because you're adding an extra step without the right system, the right guidance. Like a lot of our guys are going down the prop firm route. So if you actually go in our group, you will see most of the 95% of the achievements is people getting payouts from prop firms and passing prop firm challenges, because those are what people do. And we have a specific system that we use to pass prop firm challenges and to get payouts. So it's different from a personal account. But we make a system, and you can see, look, 90% of the guys here, they are passing prop firm challenges or taking payouts from prop firms, right? So it is a method that is more used. But when you develop down your trading journey and you build your income, it is quite cool to go on personal account as well, to have that, because all that money is yours. So we've designed specific systems, right, to be able to do that. It's a lot different than how I was showing people to do things maybe 2 to 3 years ago. A lot of things I've learned from data of other traders, data from me, and the evolution of futures prop firms and all of this stuff, Like, keep in mind, imagine, guys, some of these guys' first payouts, first time ever getting paid from a prop firm is $1,000+. Like, it's unheard of, Like, that's his first payout. First of many. First payout, $1,000. So that wouldn't be possible on a personal account to begin with, because, that means you'd have to double your account, if you're going to start with like a 1,000-ish account. All right, so we did close above here, leaving this kind of rejection wick here. I do like the way that this candle opened here. I don't like the way that this candle has closed here. It's not giving me much confidence here. But in saying that, the way that we've opened is pretty exciting here for a potential wick fill. The issue is on futures, we have tapped actually a daily resistance here. So it is rejecting something. Now the main thing for me is going to be that today we are more bearish. So if we were super bullish today, then I would easily just go and just rip this on the flip here, because we're more bullish. It's not the strongest daily though. It's also a previous 4-hour. What if we got above it? Yeah, maybe getting above it will be smarter for buys. Let's just see how stuff form here, because we're about to break 1 minute structure here, and that's gonna ruin this whole trend that we've been working on. Okay, so we started down here. This is what we call a leg in the market. Okay, this is a leg, and we can see during this whole leg here we've respected the swing lows here. This doesn't count as a structure, it's too small. We came down, we made a low, we tried to break it, we failed. We tried to break it again, we failed. We tried to break it, we failed. We made a new low here, right, because more than one candle, and now we're trying to break it. So if it does break and a 1 minute close below, we will be ruining this kind of trend that we've been making, and we don't want to buy when something is ruined. But sometimes you can. It depends on the context, right? Yo, what's up, bro? Took a break from trading, had a baby, but now I'm back. Have to lock in. Oh, welcome back, man. Congrats on the child. New part of your life now. What's your Discord? I have a Telegram. It's a free Telegram. I prefer it. I'm posting daily updates and insights and stuff like that there. I can share it with you guys if you're interested. Discord is a bit messy these days. Too many, like, since it's public, there's too many spam people, I notice. So I just don't like it because it's wasting my time. There we go. That's the Telegram. So session open 10 minutes too. Yes, exactly. How much do you risk per day trade versus swing? Same. Actually, a little bit more in swing, but now it's the same. I have trading with 10k capital on my own account, but thinking of using a prop firm. I have 65% win rate. What do you recommend? I recommend that you become not somewhat profitable, you become profitable. There's a big difference, right? So we have a lot of people who actually trade personal accounts and switch to prop firms to get that profitability, because there's no point of losing 10k of your hard-earned money, right? We don't want that to happen. So instead, then you just need to have the right system, the right guidance, and then boom, you'll be able to get back into prop firm trading, and then revisit your personal account once you have confidence, system, process, payouts, bam. You know, your goal is to make money from this game, you know, and in order to make money, you need process and system. Framework, right? That's what I might make sure. Anyone who is going to learn, you need framework. So we might flip here on gold, but again, remember what I've discussed here. It's a little bit sketchy. We could get a lower high. So here's your flip. A 5-minute close above wouldn't be too crazy, actually. That would prove to me that we're pretty much ready to go and try a little bit more upside. But until then, it's actually, believe it or not, because remember, we're not technically full bearish bias, but we are 50-50 at the moment. And this is from years of data, right? That's how I know this. Remember, I'm someone who's traded live on YouTube for 3 years with a proven track record. Proven track record of every single trade that I've taken live, from entry to exit, with YouTube recordings. Right? So to have a track record like this, this is data itself. Imagine I have more data on top of this. This is only YouTube. I stream also every day in the group as well. So that's a lot of data. People see that as just trading. No, every day I trade, I collect new data points. And there's some days that I have to adjust my data points. And people don't show you this. And this is what makes people shit ton of money, is there's a periods where some of my data does not work. I'm taking losses, right? In London, I'm losing. Look, loss, loss, loss. I took 3 days off. From those 3 days off, I was able to review my data, adapt, analyze, and then after that, this is all done live, by the way, guys. I take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wins, 10, 11, 12 wins on stream and 2 losses. 12 wins and 2 losses just from one data point analysis. And that's the power of having data, having a system that you can trust, and you just need to maybe refresh of what's happening in the market, and having a community that you can show, and we can do this. And honestly, it's the same thing, because obviously after that happened, boom, everyone is also succeeding. So you always want to have somewhere where everyone's moving together. The worst thing is to be exposed to an environment where everyone's doing something different. I used to have that, and sometimes I would think what they're doing is better, what I'm doing is worse. It's just going to mess up your whole thought process and mess up your progress in this game, because you have someone that you don't know if you can trust them, because they might have just started trading, right? Or you don't know who they're learning from or something. Having something proven is always giving me, as my own system, reassurance of success, and also us around us. If we're ever down in the dump, we can say, let's just trust the process, let's trust the system, because we know it works and there's just proof in the pudding, right? So yeah, 5 minutes. We have about 1 minute 54 seconds until this 5 closes above. Then maybe we can consider starting to look for potential upside as we'll start to break 1 minute structure. I will be a little bit cautious about this zone here. Sometimes price likes to retest these type of zones and just say I'm not happy, and then we can get out though of the trade if it decides to do that. I'll just say, okay, I'm done with this trade. Nice thing here, we can actually have a pretty tight stop loss here, about 26 pips stop loss, so it will actually give us 1-to-1. And then we have to just try fill the wick. That's all we're gonna get. Now the interesting thing is 5 minutes before the 1 hour close, so we expect the 1 hour to do the business for us. If we're in drawdown before the 1 hour, we have to probably get out. We'll see how to manage. So we have like 1 minute at the moment now, so we'll see what happens in the next 1 minute. I don't mind if it tests this box, because at least I'll be able to see the rejection in the next 1 minute. If it doesn't reject, it looks good. So I actually prefer it if it comes a little bit higher and tests into this box. If it doesn't, then it's not the end of the world. So we'll see. So see, now we test into it. So let's see if I can get a position ready in case. So we're looking like probably 30 points of stop loss. But now what I need to be careful of is I need to make sure to see how does the next candle give me a bottom wick. That's going to be the most important at the moment. So I want to see a very decent bottom wick here, because 1 minute has just pushed straight to the highs. So if this keeps moving up like this, I'm not very interested in this move. Even though it could be good, it could give nice profits, I'm not interested if it just keeps moving up here, because I want to see price prove to me. Because if we look at a range here, I'm not at a good spot in the range, right, to take a buy. In trading, selectiveness is worth more than profits. See, being able to choose the right trades is worth more than just taking a trade. Because if I just take 3 good trades a week, at the end of the month, you're going to make more money than you've ever imagined. Trust me. You'll make thousands, right? You see what's happened now? So now if we re-break this high, I'm interested. Different story now, right? This is how I was able to predict this, by staying patient and having a system. Otherwise, I would have just jumped in right here, straight in drawdown, and now I'm like, oh man. I'm like, I wish I would have, you know, this is the difference. So we'll stay patient now. If we start to break these highs now, we could have a small opportunity to try take a little bit of a buy and get through and fill this wick and push through that one small daily on futures as well. And honestly, after this bottom wick, I'm going to squeeze stop loss to below this one here. I don't think I need more than this. Something like that, 25. And if it fails, that's what we're also waiting for, right? I don't trust buys and go. I'm waiting for the S4. Exactly, but it will prove to us. I'm waiting for the same, right? 2 minutes for this to close below. I'm waiting for the same. I prefer the sells, but it will prove to us now. If this starts rejecting last 2 minutes, we won't have anything. So if this doesn't start moving up now in the next probably 28 seconds, if I don't see a bullish candle from daily support, I'm just going to delete everything, because now we're coming to London Open. We're coming to London Open. And at London Open, I rather take the sells. Remember, we talked about the sells, right? So this could be something interesting. We have a nice confirmations as well. So yeah, let's get rid of this. We got kept safe, right? This would have stopped us out directly if I took something random. We're only about 2 minutes from London Open. We have a potential sell idea. The only issue is we have this rubbish here. This is important. We've tapped this a lot of times, guys. This is not a joke zone. Tap, 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 here, here. So it's not giving us much room. And it's something I have to worry about. Wow. Let's see what happens. So stop loss will have to go above here at least, 29. Yeah, 29. But we need some sort of structure here, right? This is just pushed down here with nothing. So we need some sort of good top wick. Also the 1 hour, we need to let it make it a top wick. So let's just see how everything forms here. I really want to see a good top wick. If it just opens dumps, it's hard with no structure points. It's really hard. So let's see if we can get some good top wicks, and then we should be okay. Otherwise, I'll have to sit out this one. End of the month, need to follow my plans. Let's see it gold. So let's see if we can make our way towards the upside now. That's not bad. For bullish. Yeah, I think break or re-break of low could be an option here. Once we re-break this low here. So we'll give that a shot. Yeah, I didn't take it just yet. I'll show you guys. It's too fast. It just jumped. So we're staying patient here. I'll show you how I set it up. That one just jumped, so I'll show you where I set it up now. It's gonna look something like this now. There we go. The wicks on the side are scary? Yeah. But now if we set it up like this, we should be okay. I mean, that just jumped. We didn't want it to jump, so we had to stay patient. So let's see.
Is your entry re-break of this candle's low?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, technically I could enter a little bit earlier here, but for me, like if you measure the ranges, this is not big. This is only like 3 pips. It's not like we're trading massive ranges where this is 10, 15 pips. It's only 3 pips. So let's see if we break here, guys. If not, then we're just ranging at the moment. At the same time, let's keep this order open and let's check what NASDAQ is doing in case there's a setup here. We don't want to miss the setup. 50-minute, no, nothing just yet. 30-minute close, 1 hour close, no bottom wick. No, nothing just yet. So let's keep an eye on gold here for this entry here. Then we can get kept safe. For now, I kept stops just here, 35 points. 1-to-1 would be basically down here. So it does need to fake out. You needed to close below that level? Yeah, it would be better, but at this point here, if it breaks that, I have pretty good confidence we should see. Because we've had the reaction from there. It's a nice close, weak close, known as a thunderstorm. No top wick, be careful, I have one here. Should have one on futures as well. Almost triggered there, you saw. Very close to being triggered. Doesn't like that zone, but if we break it, it should give us a pop. If we get this 5-minute candle close bullish, then I'll have to wait for a close below, because then we have double rejection. So we have to see in like 2 minutes. Then I need probably a close below here. But for now, let me just check what 1 minute. Yeah, 1 minute is still fine. Might need to retest here first before breaking, but with these wicks all close to each other, if we break that, I expect a pop. This is why you need good spreads, man. Otherwise, if you have some shitty execution, that would have triggered me. And I'm not being triggered even though it's come extremely close. How long till this 5? 1 minute 47. Yeah, it's still okay. Have you ever tried to trade Euro USD? Yep, I've traded Euro USD before. Does Vantage offer a C trader? Yeah, they do. They do. All right, 5 minute here looks like it's going to be closing a bit stronger bullish. So I might wait for a 5 close below. Let's just see though. 53 seconds. We could close extremely weak here. So I'm just going to wait 53. But if it closes like this, I need a close below. Yeah, I think this is going to close strong. So what we'll do is we'll close this order. We didn't get triggered. You can see. Our trigger price was 47.51. So we'll leave this like this. And we'll wait for a close below. Super simple. Super, super simple. Let's see what happened on futures if we broke the low on futures. No, we didn't. We respected the low on futures as well. So CFDs and futures trading together. Let's go click. Let's see. 1 minute time frame. Yeah, we respected the lows on futures. This is the 1 minute time frame. We never broke below. 5 minute as well. So same price action we're having on both. So yeah, now we just need to wait for close below. So now not break, waiting for close. Otherwise buys can start to become an option here, but the problem we have 30 close below, 1 hour close below. We'll have to analyze it. Yeah, if you're triggered early, you just have to get out immediately. That's it. You lose nothing, maybe 0.01, something like that, until it actually properly breaks. You think the stock market futures will be hit? Yeah, I'm going to talk about the news that's coming up. We'll do a full FOMC breakdown. Once we get to, what did I say, 90 likes? Yeah, we're at 68 likes. Once we get to 90 likes, we'll do a full breakdown. Are you open to buys above? Potentially, yeah. I will see how we form here. I don't like the buys if it's straight 5 minute candles. So we know the plan now. Let's just wait. It has to make a decision, up or down. What's your opinion on the Fed conference? Yeah, I'm waiting to discuss that once we get to 90 likes, so I know enough people are here and listening. Boom, we'll discuss. I have a full breakdown for you guys, full breakdown. Let's see what NASDAQ is doing, just so we don't miss any trades here. But yeah, nice to be patient on gold here. Put the entry rebreak of low. It came very close for comfort though. Very close for comfort. Let's long. It's not ready just yet. Sorry, this guy is messaging me. All right, we're good. So we're getting the rejection again here. This candle closing 1 minute 27. This might start to make our sell idea come back into play. We're going to see about that. We're going to see about that. If we don't close above, sell idea is still valid here, guys. Five more likes and we talk about FOMC plan, guys. FOMC plan. Let's also... On how to manage this? Oh, that's managed from the beginning, bro. Just get out. Boom. Not triggered? Okay, I'm out. Always the way. Even if you lose a couple of points, what to do. And you can't get sipped on sells. You must have put it... you must have put a different price. What price did you put? The exact price. I'm interested. All right, I just want to see this close before we talk about FOMC, but we're going to talk about FOMC now. So we kind of have a setup 3 here. If we remove drawings and look at this subjectively, ignore that. I still won't mind waiting for this. But I feel like if we get an impulsive move here, we could break the low and start to fly. I've seen that before. So what I'll do is I'll just get an order ready. I'll get an order ready at the same spot basically. And I'll just leave it there. $47.88. Okay, that's why, yeah. Mine was at 50. 47.57. I gave gap. You're putting it like right there. Was that not the break? No, you need to zoom in. See if you need to give gap. So let's talk about FOMC. Okay, so today is FOMC. For those who don't know what FOMC is, okay, FOMC is the rate decision, interest rate decision. So while we look at gold here, let's see if we can get back our potential sell idea. Let's see if we can get back our potential sell. We had everything drawn up. Okay, well, it hasn't done much. For now, it seems like it's just breaking towards the upside. It's not really looking like it wants to be a seller's market. It's just confused. We're just in a range. So let's talk about FOMC. Okay, so today is FOMC. What is FOMC, guys? So we need tomorrow's FOMC, my bad. Tomorrow's FOMC, but obviously we need to prepare from today. So with FOMC being tomorrow, this is where we're going to make rate decisions. This is interest rate decisions. The higher that interest rates are, the worse it is for the market. You're going to see gold dump. You're going to see NASDAQ dump. Everything is going to go towards the downside. The reason that the Fed use high interest rates, right? So the reason why they have high interest rates, right? FOMC prep, right? High rates equals bearish risk on the market. High rates because okay, this is like your cheat sheet here, simple cheat sheet. High rates is bearish, right? It is bearish for the market here. Why is it bearish for the market? Because with high rates, we have what? We have people not wanting to borrow money and grow their company. So that means it's bearish for the market here. And if we have high inflation, it forces the Federal Reserve to increase the rates. We have a serious problem, right? If we look at inflation, US inflation chart. If we have a quick look at US inflation chart, okay, we can see inflation is not doing good, guys. We have a problem with inflation. Fed's target is 2% target. That is their target. Their target is a 2% target. Let's get a line chart. We were at 2% at the beginning of the year. Now we shot up all the way to 4.2. Yes, we cooled down a little bit, but guess what? This is when we had a ceasefire. Since then, all escalation has been happening again. And with the correct timing, of course, now that tomorrow is what? Right? Tomorrow is FOMC. All of a sudden, they start to have peace talks. Right? They start to have peace talks. This does not mean it ends. It's just very timingly because they want a soft FOMC. They want a soft FOMC because there was a 40% chance, right? There was a 40% chance that they were going to increase interest rates towards the end of the year. Now, something you guys need to understand is that they only have 4 more chances to do so. And if they don't take action now, they will never have another chance to take action until next year. So there might be this interest rate decision this month might be a surprise interest rate hike. For the first time since COVID, we will increase interest rates. And if we do so, then what will happen? We will see price continue to dump. And the interesting part here is that we've already been seeing the market price in this. If we look at NASDAQ, we have just absolutely broke all our ranges. If the Fed come out and they say we're not going to increase interest rates, you're going to see this bounce. You're going to see gold continue to bounce. The whole stock market is going to have a bounce. But that doesn't change the fundamentals that we are still higher time frame bearish. So those are things to consider, okay? That tomorrow might be a big threat. And going forward, if we have high inflation, although we don't fix the inflation problem, then we're always going to have rate increases and we're going to see stock market dump here. So the next one is going to be the CPI. So you guys can take a screenshot of this. After this will be CPI. But this is what we need to do for tomorrow. So pricing into today, we need to remain more on the bearish side. For me, on stuff like NASDAQ in NY session, I'm still going to be bearish until tomorrow. Because I believe that the market's still going to be pricing in a rate cut. I still think that, a rate increase. They're still going to be pricing in a rate increase, and I need to continue to be bearish on the market. So this is exactly what I'm going to maintain my bias until tomorrow. Tomorrow, everything can change because tomorrow is the decision. So tomorrow, price action can change. The way we trade can change. So we'll have to see that. So we will wait till tomorrow, obviously, but ahead of the market today, this is my thought process and this is my idea. So let me know in the chat if you guys understood that. Quite important information. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys understood that and found that information useful. Also gonna delete gold order here. Doesn't make sense anymore, so I've just deleted that order. I have no open orders. So yes.
Is it the last chance that they can like change the rates?
They have only 4 more chances, so they get too close to the end of the year. So they can do it any one of these 4 chances, but the closer they get towards the end of the year, the more likelihood they have to make a decision to keep rates the same or increase them. And that's the big threat on the market because we have not increased rates since we had that COVID decrease of rates. And this is going to be extremely bearish. You can see right now how much gold is struggling to continue up. It's a fight between sellers and buyers. We're just ranging. NASDAQ is just a pullback. Now we're starting to create resistance. The market doesn't know what to do because this is the first time we actually have a threat. And the biggest problem is Jerome Powell, the ex-head of the Fed, he used to give us information saying in the next 3 months, we look to keep rates the same. He is saying, I'm not giving any information as what I'm going to do with the rates. Whether I'm going to increase it, whether I'm going to decrease it. So tomorrow they might come and say, bam, surprise rate increase. Trump doesn't want a rate increase. He will push back as much as possible. That is why he's doing this de-escalation and doing a short-term ceasefire right before the decision. Because he's probably telling the Fed, I'm calming everything down. You don't need to worry about inflation. Look at last month's inflation. We were down. Inflation is going down. So there's a real 50-50 because last month, even with inflation going down, we still saw that there were 40% of the Fed Reserve still wanted to increase interest rates. Yeah, every single week, guys, on Sunday, I do fundamental analysis. It's part of my routine. Every single week on Sunday, I do fundamental analysis. So, yeah. Anyways, I went on a bit of a rant there. Let me see if I missed anything from you guys in the chat. What's the lowest time frame I go for an entry? In NYSE, I'll trade as low as the 1 minute. I signed up for your Discord, but a lot of people were sending you messages. Yeah, free Discord. That's why I don't like it, right? Exactly. How much do I have to pay to join the group? There's different ways to join the group. You can join for 3 months and stuff like that. You just have to apply. If you want to work with me directly and actually level yourself up, then there's an option for that as well. It's all on the website here. You can apply. The month is coming to an end soon, so you guys, it's the best time to actually take action because that's when we start to accept people again, get people in. It's just an application form. You can put it in there. It's time to level up, get you passing prop firm challenges, get you guys, you know, I mean, it's up to you. If you want to succeed and you need a system to do it, then this is going to be something that I'm very confident about, you know. So that's all you have to do. You can just apply and you can see what fits best for you. Because now it's only application. I need to read. If your application is rubbish, I'm sorry. It's not worth it.
What do you think about the setup for nasdaq, like on a 15?
Let's have a look. Setup for nasdaq. Yeah, I mean, let's see if we get some 5. We don't have the 5. That's the problem. So, you know, this whole London session could be a little bit of upside. It is nice. I would prefer to see something a little bit decent on the 5. Let's see the top wick, because this could be, you see what happened with gold. It's the same story, right?
Yeah.
Even though we come back down, it's like still trying to push up, and then it struggles at the top side, then comes down, even though we get the close back in the range. So nasdaq can be the same. Imagine today we were a buyer. This is only the first pullback after a push up, and technically we have closed all back inside the range, you know. So we need to see here. Oh, it's nice that this is the 30 actually. That helps us a lot. So let's see on the top wick here, because I don't trust this zone here. This zone I really don't trust to push through just yet without headache.
Yeah, I mean, it's the end of month. I was ready for annoying market.
Yeah. Wow, again we didn't close above here on gold. 5 still struggling, huh? I don't really trust gold with this price action right now. It's too sketchy for me. I feel like I'm gonna lose my hard-earned money this month if I try to just send something. Now I do like Nasdaq's close, 15-minute engulfing candle here. It's quite a nice close, but we need a good top wick here because we don't have any 5-minute. We're also at the bottom of 1-minute range, so if we're gonna react, we're gonna react here. This is still very bullish, huh? Still very bullish. So I don't feel we're ready just yet. Right, so here's the close. Barely any top wick here. I don't trust it. I'm not buying this at the... I mean, not physically buying, but I mean, I'm not... This is not telling me, hey, Harry, full send this right now. This is not correct at the moment.
With that top wick, it probably just tests the box and then flips.
Yeah, exactly. Or even, look, it might not even... Might be that's it. Test bottom of 1-minute range now. We start to flip. We have to be careful. You're long on GJ? I haven't looked at GJ for ages. Roughly how much is it to work directly with you? How much would you pay to finally achieve your goals and share 6 years of experience and suffering from a professional in this game? That's how much it would cost. So that would be the question you ask yourself. Is how much does it cost for you to finally have something to reach your goals and work alongside someone who has done this year in, year out, not day in, day out, year in, year out, and shown consistent results and share that experience with you and have you under his wing? Let's see GJ actually. I haven't seen GJ for a long time. You're long on GJ, you said. Yeah, I hope you're long a bit earlier. It's a bit late to be long here, in my opinion. I'd rather be long from down here. Once we get that 5 change of structure. What are we doing on daily though? Daily is pretty bearish. 4 hours a little bit bullish. Yeah, this is definitely where you don't want to be long around here when we're retesting into a 4 hour. This is the one place you don't want to be long. Very risky to be long right here. Here back up to there. Possibilities. Gold, what are we doing on gold right now? Still rejecting, guys. Look, 15 barely closed above here. Barely closed above. So we're just range bound. We're just range bound. Right? So we didn't get affected by anything. What is the last trade I took this? Oh yeah, that one. Let's go back to NASDAQ here. Still struggling NASDAQ. It came back to make a little bit of a bigger top wick, but we're not just seeing this drive down. Again, we're going to need 5-minute structure here, I believe. You know, otherwise we could test here and it can be game over. Please, I want a broker that I can deposit $20. I want to practice consistency. I'm not sure. Just Google brokers that you can deposit. Anyone know what the minimum deposit for Vantage? I should know. I use them, but I've never thought about that. I think Vantage you can deposit $20. $50? Oh, okay.
You can try Moneta markets if you want to. They accept crypto as well.
But like, what are you gonna do with $20? You need a cent account, my friend. You can't trade even with $20, bro. With but like, what are you gonna do with $20? Because you can't even open a cent. Like, you need a cent account because 0.01 you're still gonna be blowing. You know. You need to get a better job. That would be my focus, man. You need a little bit. You know, you need a better job. You need to save up at least $100. Otherwise, you need to paper trade. You're not going to learn. You're going to learn bad habits trading a $20 account. Because imagine you're trading a $20 account risking $1. And then you save enough money and you have the skill to attempt a prop firm challenge. And now you have to risk $1,000 on your prop firm challenge. You're going to be cooked. What do you think about volume profiles? You can get the same information from structure. But if you want to use volume profiles, you can as well. It's just another technique. Everything has its upside and downside. That's the crazy thing. The biggest missing link is you and your process and being able to be accountable to something. Harry, with 5-minute back-to-back, 3 candles, setup 4 was not valid on NASDAQ. Exactly, yeah. It's too much, you know. We want to see some sort of structure, maybe thunderstorm, something like that. Look at this 1 minute on NAS. Yeah, now it's starting to chop though. What I'm scared is this. Like the whole session, guys, the whole session we've been bullish. Everything's closing bullish. The first 1 hour candle bullish. rejection here. Remember, daily opened up here, so we're pretty low in the market. So the first candle doesn't mean that this whole thing is going to reverse right now. All right, so we just have one candle at the moment. Doesn't mean this whole thing is going to reverse. So I need to see some more conviction. So now that we broke the low, let's see what it wants to do. It makes sense for it to at least test here. If it rejects just from here, it shows you that this is really not bearish yet. But to test my box, pretty much if any volume is there, it's minimum it tests my box right now, minimum. But if there's no volume, that's it. It's gonna just die from here and continue up. How big is stops though? Let's say if we took it re-break of low though, which is here. Let's mark the stop. Stop loss, let's say, was here. 39. That's not small, huh? 1-to-1 is here, huh? That's a lot of work. It's really not small. Yeah, you need full reversal for this to work. Yeah, it still can come a little bit deeper before we start to see reaction. And then that reaction should give the entry. Unless today we just have amazing bearish volume, then we'll actually just continue dumping. And I would have waited for a lot of confirmation. But this is why I wait for confirmation, because this type of drawdown, this rejection, I feel extremely uncomfortable about. Because I know why it's happening and I know the outcome. I've traded NAS quite a lot. I know its tendencies. I know its tendencies. And I always choose the highest probability outcome. And that is why I waited. Because this is super uncomfortable. Right now, I would have been triggered here. I'm holding 21 points of drawdown, halfway towards my stop loss, and the 5-minute just closed bullish. And I'm sitting here begging for a 5-minute candle to close bearish. There you go. Now it's almost taking your stop loss. This is very common, man. Very common. $15 close bullish, we can look for buys. What, on NASDAQ you mean? No, because now we are pushed a lot, man. Don't be the guy doing that. Why is NAS dropping because badly, but US 30 no? Because of AI segment. We have an AI sector. And the AI sector is overpriced at the moment. It's called an AI bubble. So we're naturally going to suffer on this first. So guess what I'm going to do now? All the people who sold here, right? Remember, they're holding drawdown now. They're holding drawdown because they don't understand some sort of, price action concept here. I will skip all this drawdown. And now if price shows me this resistance, and now if we get below, I will be able to enter the market for sells in 3 minutes. So I don't need to hold any of this bullshit and hope that the market. I also don't need to go through an emotional roller coaster I don't need to expose myself to that. I can see what price does now. And I can wait for better confirmations, better trades. Only issue I have here is the 15-minute might close strong bullish. If it closes strong bullish, then I need to wait for a 5 closing below here for sure. Can you take a look at DAX? Yeah, let's have an analysis of DAX. So we tried to push up here during the open here. We've come now to the top of the range. So this is like a danger zone if you want to continue looking for buys. If we look here to the left here, it's quite clean. But until we get above this range here with some structure, it's going to be a very dangerous zone to try take buys. Now, what about sells from the top of the range here? This is an option, but you're fighting a bit of momentum we have at the moment. I don't want to fight the momentum too early. Same thing on NAS, right? We don't want to fight, the momentum too early. So it's all up to this 5, man. Let's see if this 5 wants to close below in 2 minutes. Remember, we have a lot of room to sell here. A lot of room. So you don't have to get in. 77 points from below my box. So you don't have to get in here. You don't have to get in here and get stopped out. You have room. Let's see. Now I can even squeeze my stop loss to here if this closes like this. Let's see what type of stop loss we're working with. 26 points now, a little bit better. So let's see how this works. Can we close below? Yeah, we're just below here. So let's see again, big top wick we need. Give us good confirmation. Then we can try sell to this low. We can get break even by then. Let's wait a little bit more, guys. Wait, just wait. Not ready. We can reject this here again. Remember, I'm not in a rush. I rather sell below this box. Just wait, just wait. Below this box, I rather go. I'm not buying. You know, we reject here on 15. We don't make big top wick. Just stay patient, guys. Trust me on this. Gold retest support. Let's have a quick look at gold. Yeah, look at gold. Just trying to break down here slowly. Go back to NASDAQ here. We need to concentrate on this box. Hopefully we can get the 5 close below and then we're ready to go. And we get a very nice tight stop loss here as well. We'll get like just up here. Should be easier to get a 1-to-1. Yeah, 1-to-1 is only there. And then break even here, about halfway to TP. If it rejects, we get kept safe. Let's see. Just gonna go to toilet, be back, guys. No, the toilet volume came, guys. The toilet volume came. Bro, we needed it just to close here. We got the 1 minute close below and that was it. If I didn't go to the toilet, we probably don't get the toilet volume.
Yeah, full shit the bid, huh?
I know. We could have actually gone here, but I didn't have enough risk prepared. This one wouldn't have been bad, actually. Like this. But I was under risk. I still had calculated for this 30, 36. This one wouldn't have been bad, actually. Yeah, like that.
I had my order ready, but I just wanted to wait for a bigger top work.
Yeah, I think when it did it again, the second top wick is fine. But look, this is the rejection now we're getting. This is the rejection. And this is what I was expecting to happen a little bit earlier here. But now we've tapped the 5, it's hard. So let's see if we can come back, retest into here, we can grab more entries. It's pretty simple. Tapped 1-to-1 previous, almost 1-to-1, almost. Yeah, I mean, just if you close sniper, very hard to close sniper there. But that's a very tight position, right? Original SL was above this 15. But now we could run SL like this 25 points, and then we can look for, yeah, this is the rejection I want to see. Gold is also dumping. Yeah, finally we closed bearish here. How did 15? Oh, 15 still 8 minutes. Yeah, you need to wait for the 15 on gold. Gold is still valid. Idea is still valid. Just need to wait for the 15. We could still try gold here. It's the same idea, but 8 minutes is quite some time. How about 30 close? See how Nas is doing? Yeah, this is the retracement I was expecting before. Look at how strong this retracement is. Yeah, look, this is why I stayed patient. Yeah, look at this. Just absolutely put you to sleep. It gave slightly deeper than I expected it, which is why this position could have been enough to give you, but you had to close perfectly, man. Perfectly. You had to close right at this wick here. Damn. But this is the retracement I was talking about. And I thought this was going to come here from the bottom of the box, which is why I didn't want to enter here. Because if I entered, that's why this entry could do it. You know? Because now this retracement here gives us opportunity to sell the rest of this range in a minute. But we need to let the setup form because I want to catch the bigger move. I don't want to just catch like the thin margin. I want something that gives me the whole move. Or I want to also avoid getting stopped out break even to give myself a chance. So we'll see here. But this is not nice to come back up and retrace it all the way in one candle. Makes our job a little bit difficult. Let's actually check gold here. What's gold doing? Because gold could set up here. But I realized the time, guys. It's getting a bit late because I have to trade NY session a little bit later. I want to be on time for my NY session. We trade NYSE session every day in the group. So if you want to join, be part of that. We have a journal going as well. I will be sharing this journal with you guys soon. Just so you can keep track. I posted in the Telegram, but right now we're 83% win rate during the NYSE session. We have 25 wins and 5 losses. I think that's pretty good stats for us right now. There's actually one more win I forgot to add as well. So we're gonna add that as well. You can join the sessions through here. I'll see you guys there if you want to. And yeah. Was a tad too impatient and didn't wait for retrace on NAS. It's okay not to. I'm just being picky end of month, guys. Keep that in mind. Normally I'm not this picky. But end of month, I'm going to be a little bit picky because I know what NAS is doing today. I know what NAS is doing right now. And I just don't want to be the guy who had to get caught in this drawdown early. Like, even if I took this position super simple and I just took it 15-minute short like this once it rebroke its lows and put stop above the previous 15 here, I still don't get paid 1-to-1, right? That only gives me 0.67 to my target. So, and then I get stop break even. So I wanted that extra liquidity to prove to me that price is going to dump. I want the full move. I want to get heavily paid. So yeah, anyways, check this out. Wait for resistance. Nasdaq if this gets above here, Nasdaq will continue bullish. You'll be selling during NYSE. If not, we can take sells in maybe 15-20 minutes. And then on gold, watch for the sells in about 5 minutes here, 5-4 minutes. So let's see what happens. Appreciate you all. Much love. Take care. And I'll update you guys in Telegram what happens. See you guys. Peace. Cheers. Cheers.